Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to do something interesting. We're just going to go over the CIPS International Aquascaping Contest results, the top 50 results. CIPS is the China International Pet Show. Kind of strange to have that as the aquascaping contest name, but it is what it is. So I'm going to bring this up. Here we go. We're just going to go through the top 50 and see what I like, what I don't like. Oh, this is pretty. Moss everywhere. It looks very difficult to maintain. It looks pretty though. All right, let's move on. There's not much color. It's like green. Just a little bit of color here in the upper right. Oh wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Wow. This is super busy though. It looks amazing, but very busy. Very, very busy. It's very impactful when you look at it. I love the colors and the shadows. This is cool. I like this one. Okay, got some roots going on here. Tree roots. That's neat. Again, we got the moss everywhere. That's probably a nightmare to maintain this long term. Looks pretty for now though. It doesn't look like there's a lot of swimming space. There's this little swimming space and the rest of the tank is probably hardscape. But again, makes for a beautiful picture. Ooh, I like this one. Got the wood. Feels very natural, like I'm in a I'm in a like a spooky forest or something. This is cool. I like this one. Yeah. I tried to zoom in a little further, but this is the best video images I could find. It's difficult to see what we have in plants because we can't zoom in too far. I like this one. We got a little vortex here in the focal point. There's some kind of plants, some kind of stem plants maybe in the back there. I can't tell. Just a hint over here on the right. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I'm talking about the upper right. There's like a little bright spot. This is a cool one. Okay, we got the pinnatifada everywhere. All right. Okay. Not my favorite compared to the other ones. This one's a higher ranking. This is 46. Cool. Keep going. Oh, look at this. How do you get all these the same? It's hard for me to find one piece of wood that looks like this. This guy's got a whole tank of them. Oh, wow. Ah, this is cool. It looks chopped on purpose. Like a chopped tree. Oh, that's interesting. Because normally you try to hide, if you cut the branches, you try to hide that somehow. But he actually exposed it like it's meant to be there. Somebody chopped that tree down because it was old or rotten or something. This is interesting. I like this one. I'm going to go back one. This moss up here is probably, again, difficult. You're going to have to trim that moss regularly, very often. Especially it's going to be up near the surface. It's going to get a ton of light. Going to go super fast. Okay. Another vortex here. Interesting. Not much plants. A lot of hardscape. Huh. My problem, I think, and I don't want to say this is a problem. These are all beautiful, but um, take a look at this pogo stem on Hellfairy. Anybody that's grown that knows it's just going to keep growing and growing. And this has like one ball here, one ball over there. And it makes for one beautiful picture, but it doesn't feel sustainable long term. Are you going to really just keep trimming it so it's one ball constantly? I guess you could. I don't know. Okay. We got the bulbitis. We got moss. And they're competing. And we got what? Is that Rotala in the background? This one we can actually pick out a couple plants. This is cool though. I like it. I like it. It was trimmed in the focal point to make it look like it's going off in the distance. Very cool. Very cool effect. I think it worked out well. The slope there makes it looks like you're peering off far away. With the dragonstone, nice use of dragonstone. I don't know what this is going horizontally with that. I don't know what that is growing on it. It's too blurry of an image. I don't know if that's a rock or a piece of wood. Interesting. It's a cool one. I like this one. All right. Very dark down here. Add some mysteriousness to it. It really makes the fish stand out, having it so dark down there. I like this one. This is neat. It's trimmed. I can't tell what plant that is. I don't know if that's a Bucephalandra or a tiny Bucephalandra or Nubius or something. I can't zoom in and it'll just get blurrier. This is a nice one. I think I could like this tank. Again, these are way beyond my skill. Wow, look at this. Stroll through a forest. Wow, look at this. The path here. I love the colors, the combinations here. Yeah, this is good. This is a good mix between the reds and the oranges and yellows and greens. We got these red fish down here. Nice. This is beautiful. Wow. I really like the trunk, like the vertical tree trunks that make it look like a actual tree. The branches that are placed vertically. It really adds a really cool effect in an aquarium or aquascape. I like this one. This is a good one. This is my favorite so far, I think, number 41. It's got the darkness. It's got a mix of everything. I don't know. The colors. All right. So, I think there's a bit too many branches in the middle for me. I think it distracts rather than adds. Too many branches. A nice composition, but the branches just, I don't know, something about the branches. Wow, look at this. These are nice. These are like Indonesian style with all these roots and everything, but it just doesn't look like a realistic aquascape you could maintain long term. This is probably, I don't know, 4 months in and it's going to scrap it in another month. Just, I don't know. We got moss. We got, I don't know if that's some kind of mini Bucephalandra or mini Anubias in there. But, yeah. It makes for great pictures, but I don't think this is sustainable. Okay. This one, there's some simplicity in it. There's some, yeah, I'm not liking this one too much. Pass. Okay. This doesn't feel realistic to me. To have these ledges with these plants on it. Looks like they were just glued there for the photo. And I don't like this one too much either. Okay. Really dark. And you can see some hint of some red stems, I think, in the background, on the left and on the right. I like this one. The big log in the middle at a slant adds like a I don't know, like a mysterious. You can kind of peer around it and see off into the distance what's back there. I don't know. It makes me want to look. Yeah, I like this one. This is a cool one. Okay, this one is too busy for me. Too busy. I mean, we got, I don't know if that's a wood or if that's rock. But the moss is just completely covering it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if the wood or rock was exposed a little better so I could see it, see if it's wood or rock. I don't know, I think I'd like this one a little better. And maybe a little more trimming in the middle. It feels really blocked off. I'm looking at a wall. Maybe that's the effect we were going for, but it looks great, but okay. What do we have there? Is that Monte Carlo taking over everything? So compare this one to the last one. We can see little bits of actual rock, and this, I don't know if it's wood or rock, but you can definitely see it. It's exposed. See, I think some similar exposure on this one would have improved it. I like this one. The color, oranges, these beautiful oranges in the back. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, this is a big slope. A big slope with that path just doesn't feel natural going up like that to me. I do like this big dark area though. That's interesting. Makes me wonder what's in there. But I don't know about that path. And we're going up in rankings. It's interesting. Okay, this one is a jungle. Wow. Look at this jungle. This is cool. Not my favorite style, but it's a cool aquascape. Interesting. Okay, I like this one. We got some exposed roots here. A path that's not too big of a slope. A nice focal point. Lots of plant growth in the back. You can see a lot of dense plant growth. I like that. I like the plant growth. It's got to be a balance between everything. The hardscape, the plant growth, swimming space for the fish. Contrast between light and dark. This is a cool one. Yeah, I like this one. And what are these? Are these, I can't see them. They look maybe like cardinalis tetras. Hard to tell. Okay. I like this one, and I like the way the light kind of washes it out a little bit. It has like compare this one, the vibrant colors, and this one's kind of like plain. The light kind of makes everything blend in nicely together. All the greens, different greens. This is huge hardscape back here, though. I don't know if there's much growing back there, or if it's just all hardscape. I don't know. Okay. Cool one, cool one. I don't know. I like this one too. It's got a simplistic feel to it. Feels kind of natural, simplistic though. It's cool. Wow, look at this root structure in the center. These branches. That is an interesting. I doubt that's one piece. He probably constructed that piece out of many branches. It looks really neat though. We got a lot of plant growth on the left and the right. Beautiful greens in the middle. Yeah, you can see the wood nicely. That moss is going to take over. Yeah, that's going to be a pain to maintain long term. Beautiful, beautiful colors. I love the contrast in all the colors and the dark and the light. This is a good one. 28. This feels too flat for me. Feels like a slope and it's all the same color. Yeah. Moss everywhere. Okay, this is interesting. This path looks like it's created out of hardscape that's just kind of positioned so it's making it look like a path with the background. That's interesting. Yeah. This is a cool one. It's a very interesting path. All right, we're at 25. Wow, look at this. This is cool. I like this one. We got a lot of plant growth in the corners. Yeah, this is a neat one. I like that big, I don't know if that's a branch. It looks like a giant tree right there. That's cool looking. Yeah, this is a great one. Wow. Man, the skills involved to make these things are amazing, right? Okay. I guess that's Monte Carlo. I'm not sure, but it's kind of weeping down, but that's the like look that they're going for. Very cool. They kind of embraced that look here. Kind of weeping. Everything's weeping down. Maybe weeping moss over there too. I don't know. This is neat. This is a great selection of plants in here too. I think it all blends well. The path goes back to that little hole in there. This is cool. Yeah, I like this one. Something looks weird about this one. I don't know if it's cloudy or maybe it was just with a not the greatest phone. Maybe but not the greatest camera. That hardscape is very impactful. Very impactful. It's good. Looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. A lot of lush plants. Looks like the same plants on both sides almost. Huh. Is that wood? Yeah, that's wood, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. Okay, kind of darker, mysterious. Feels too much going on to me. It's beautiful, but Need some more open spaces sometimes in some of these aquascapes. This is a great use of reds and greens. Not a lot of reds, just a little bit of touches here and there. I don't know what they are or how they're growing, but they almost look like they were just placed there for the photo. Not a fan of this. Not a fan of these floating island kind of things hanging down. Seems to have been pretty popular these days, but not my preferred style at all. This is cool, but it's a giant slope. That's all it is. It's a giant slope. It's too much slope. If you looked at the aquarium, this would probably take up half of the aquarium from one corner, upper back corner, down to the front. The entire aquarium is hardscape. It's too much for me. This is number 20. I wish I could see what plant that was up there. Are they just floating up there? Like, what in the world? Yeah, is that like a Rotala blood red or something? I don't know what that is, but I don't know why it's floating like that. It feels weird just for the photo. Without the red stuff doesn't feel natural up there. Those plants just floating there. I do like this other than that part. I like the branches. It got moss covered on it. It looks aged because of the moss, not just moss glued on. It looks like it was aged. Like this doesn't have a feel of a brand new 2-3 month old tank. But that red feels like a distraction. It doesn't feel natural. All right. I love that stump in the front and the fallen trees. That is great. And you're going back into a forest. Yeah, this is nice. This feels very natural. This is cool. This is 18. Yeah, this is a great one. Wow. It's way too much hardscape. It's one big wall. One big wall of hardscape. Put a lot of effort into that hardscape, and it looks beautiful for a photo, but it just doesn't, I don't know, not my style at all. Not a fan of that. Okay. We got a floating island somehow back there. A couple of them, maybe. What am I looking at? Weird. Other than the floating island, or plural floating islands, I like this one. I think the floating islands is a negative to me. This feels very natural. This it's got a simplicity to it, but the floating islands just, it turns it into something else. Yeah, this is a cool one. Interesting. It doesn't look like a big tank, but they've done a lot with it. Nice little path. I like the yellows in the back. Yeah, this is cool. Again, this feels like a very fresh tank. You know, look, all this moss looks placed. Doesn't look aged at all. We've got the pitted tafada. Yeah, it's cool looking though. I love it. look at this single beam of light shining through. Yeah, that's a cool effect. That's just a photography trick. I'm sure this looks a lot different under normal lighting during the day when the aquarium lights are on, but that is a cool little effect with that light shining through. Ha! It's, yeah. What are these? Are these branches hanging down like roots, almost like a banyan tree or something? Yeah. Kind of looks like a banyan tree. The roots hanging down. Cool. Okay. Yes, I get that the hardscapes are all slanted in the same direction and then the path contrasts with the hardscapes, but it feels too obvious of a... It feels too, like, that's obviously what you're going for. With some white sand you just dumped in there. I don't know. I would make some tweaks to this myself, but it looks good. It looks good. I don't know. I don't know. For number 13? 13? Yeah, I wouldn't put that at 13. Compared to some of the other things we've been seeing. Okay, another big hardscape with lots of wood, but we do have a little open path. Almost like a valley. This feels very natural to me. I feel like I could picture this being a little river here. These are trees overhanging of a little valley. Yeah. This looks in the back left a bit, I don't know. It's all the same effect. It all adds to the same effect of the valley. I like it. That's good. Okay, we're at number 11 now. Yeah. I don't know. Number 11? It's a big, mysterious, dark cave here, contrasted with the bright opening over here, which doesn't even, I don't know. It looks nice, but it feels contrived to me. It feels contrived. Okay. I love this wood. That wood in the front. Yeah. With the rocks. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I like it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is like a... Yeah, this feels like a sunset. Sun's going down. It's got that reds kind of bright on the side. Again, this is definitely some photography tricks going on here to make it look like that. Definitely looks different when the lights are straight above, full blast during the day. Yeah, I like it though. It adds a really nice effect. It really does feel like a sunset. With the reds back in the background. Really cool. Really cool. I like the gravel choice. It looks like a really natural kind of gravel. Okay, we're at number 8. What are we doing with number 8? We got a path to somewhere back, it looks like. I don't know if it keeps going or if it stops. We got a lot of open space here. We got a lot of nice looking trees with their roots Got lush plant growth in the corners. Just a hint of reds popping out to add some contrast. A lot of light shining through. Yeah, I like this one. This one's cool. Yeah, this deserves to be up here. Okay. This one is number 7. No. I would not beat that last one. That? This beats that? No way. Beautiful looking though. I like this big hole here. The reflections just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this one too much. I don't like this one too much either. It's very busy on the left. Now, who knows what's back there? That's a lot of space behind this left area. And we can't see any of it. It's all blocked. And the same thing on the right. It's all blocked. All we see is this vortex to the center. Which doesn't really feel natural even. Not a fan of this one. Okay. What am I looking at? I don't know. I don't know if this is a tree or if it's rock. What it's supposed to be. I don't know. It gives me floating island vibes with this kind of thing, and I'm not a big fan of the floating islands. I don't know if this is a tree or if it's a rock. This is a tree in the center laying down, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I like that one. All right, we're on number 4. Okay, moss. That's about all I see. Moss everywhere. It looks like moss. It's hard to tell. This is maybe not moss. Yeah, it's not all moss. Okay, let's see. These are cool. Little branches look like little fingers coming up in the middle. The focal point's pretty clear, but it's dead center. Got a lot of branches popping up in the back on both sides. Not a fan. Not a big fan. Alright. These should be the best. One of the top 5. This is number 3. Okay. This feels like a hill, but it feels kind of like a natural hill. These pads feel like I could, in my mind, picture a path up a hill like that. Sometimes the paths look contrived. A lot of plant growth here on the right. I like that. Not so much on the left. That's maybe the point. Kind of contrast it. This is a good one. This is a good one. I don't usually like too much of a slope, but this one, it doesn't go all the way up. It's got a lot of branches. This one feels natural to me. I'm liking this one. This is good. This deserves to be number 3. This is good. Okay, and we're at number 2 with some freshly dumped silica sand in here. Super bright sand. I like the branches. Looks like the water level is a bit low there, or is that on the right? Is that the... Yeah, it feels like the water level maybe was dropped just for the photo. Adds a... Interesting. Lots of plants growing everywhere. Yeah, this is a cool one. Yeah, I like this one. All right. Yeah, beautiful. The sand I feel is too bright though. It's freshly dumped. You can clearly see that because it's so bright. Any tank that has sand never stays that bright. But it still looks great. Looks great. This is number 2. Ready for the world champion? Well, for the CIPS International Aquascaping Contest, anyway. All right. What? Number 1? I mean, I like the wood. Amazing wood. Number 1 on wood, I guess. Weird. But there's a hill on the right and then a hole on the left. That doesn't feel right at all. Like, visually, it's weird. Got a hill and then a hole. I don't see how that's realistic. I don't know. Not a fan of this one either. It feels like, I don't know. Some of these mosses look like they just got glued on too. This was, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this one. Number 1? Nah. I don't think so. Not my choice. And that's it. That's all of them. Hope you enjoyed going through those with me. Something different. Thanks for watching. Just want to say congratulations to everybody that entered the contest in the top 50. They were all amazing scapes. And even though I had some negative comments here and there about some of them, they were all far above what I could produce. So congrats, everybody. Great work.